So, one of the cheap rear-wheel drive cars you can still get this day is a Mark III Supra. Granted, it won't be turbo, it'll be naturally aspirated. And people ask all the time, should I drift a Mark III Supra? This is a turbo model Mark III Supra owned by my buddy Evan Azeroff. Now, he drifts this, but before we talk about drifting a Mark III Supra or what he does, let's talk about if it's really a good idea. So, Mark III Supras, there are some reasons why they're not great for drift cars, okay? So one of the main reasons why they're not great for drift cars is the front suspension design. Most of the time when you compress the suspension in the front, you get negative camber, which is good because as you compress more, you get negative camber, gives you a wider contact patch, all that stuff, and that's normally a good thing. But with a Mark III Supra, you compress the suspension and the camber goes positive. And that's dumb because you get a bad contact patch. And they're heavy, all right? Mark III Supras are heavy cars, so we want to start drifting a heavy car. They're usually pretty unpredictable, so when you start sliding, the car continues to slide, all right? So these are a couple of reasons why Mark III Supras typically aren't great for drifting. However, we're going to take a look at Evan's car, look at the angle kit that's on his car, and talk to him about all the other stuff that he's done to make this driftable. This is Evan. All right, Evan, tell me about your car. What kind of mods do you have on this?
I got Agile Performance lower arms in the front.
Okay.
Also, I have the Agile Performance camber and toe arms in the rear. And then the Agile Performance angle kit, which all it does is pretty much relocate where the inner tie rod goes.
Okay.
So.
Oh, it's like a bolt-on angle kit. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Pretty much.
So it bolts on, gives you a little quicker steering, and corrects Ackerman a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And BC coilovers?
Yeah, BC, the BR series.
And stock upper and lower control arms?
Yep, stock uppers.
Stock uppers and then the Agile Performance lowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got Heim joints down there, so you can get pretty good camber out of them.
Okay.
Now, the updated ones they have, you can get a lot more camber out of them. And they also make a upper arm too now.
Okay.
So, I got this kit maybe 2-3 years ago.
Okay. And, well, okay. So, this is the second event I've seen Evan at this year driving because last year he crashed the car, he ran into some suspension issues, but he's got that all sorted and it's kind of funny like...
The transmission went out of it.
Oh, yeah, the transmission, that's what it was. So, this quarter panel looks pretty nice.
Yeah, so this is the side that got hit. What happened was that I hit the rear first, of course, and then it sucked you up into the wall, and then the front got hit. So this whole side was, well, this used to actually be up in here. So I pulled it out, get it somewhat straight. It still needs to go in a frame machine, but it drives fine. The alignment checks out. So.
I mean, so you look at this side, it actually looks really good, and then this side doesn't look as good. So the side he wrecked is cleaner than the other side.
Yeah. So what happened was that it's probably the rear behind the subframe. The frame rails are probably pushed over about ½ an inch to the right.
Yeah.
So. I mean, the alignment sits right, so it still drives fine.
Okay, so how long have you had this car?
I picked it up in 2019, I think.
2019.
Correctly, yeah.
Okay, so I did another video with my friend Joe Monzer with his Drift Ranger, which drift trucks typically aren't good.
Yeah.
Especially a Ranger, but he got it to drift pretty well, surprisingly. So that's his daily drive. He drives it every single day, and that's why I feel like he's good at drifting, is because he drives it every day, and it's been the truck he's owned for like 10 years. You've only had this a couple years.
Yeah.
And did you buy this for drifting?
No, I actually bought it just because it was a good deal, and then I just ended up drifting with it. So, I mean, I got it dirt cheap, so I was like, I might as well do something with it. I mean, you know, it's one thing to drive around town and shit, but you can't really go have fun on the streets. So
yeah.
you know, at least legally.
And stock engine and stuff, right?
Yeah, stock everything. We can pop the hood.
Yeah, pop the hood. Let's take a look. I love this.
I put hood spacers on it to help with the heat.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sure anybody that knows anything about these cars that they like to get hot under here.
So, big fat radiator,
yeah.
upgraded hoses, but everything else is, I mean, you got pod filter, but
yeah.
I mean, that's even like the intercooler pipes.
Yeah,
And the stock is a side mount intercooler? No, it's right here.
No, it's up there.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Stock
old.
intercooler.
It's old and decrepit. Oh, hopefully this winter I'm gonna get the new intercooler piping, new intercooler, everything like that. So.
And clutch fan still, the stock
Yeah,
clutch
everything
fan.
is stock. Yeah.
This is, so I look at this and I think this is like a very Japanese style build, right? Nothing really crazy about the car, no crazy power adders, nothing. Just an upgraded radiator, didn't even change the fan, kept the stock clutch fan. That's really wild. And then, so I went for a ride earlier with him, so we'll show that here in a bit, but I was kind of laughing because, like, I don't know if you can read that. It says "Let turbo cool." Gotta remind himself to let it cool down.
Yeah, I did that because, you know, turbo cars, when you run them real hard and then just leave them, all that oil boils in the turbo. So
yeah.
I just let it run afterwards. That way I don't have any premature issues, you know. So, because it is old.
Yeah. Bucket seat. This is good. So anybody looking to build a drift car, bucket seat should be on your list. When you're drifting, you end up sloshing around a lot. So having a good bucket seat holds you in place a lot better, gives you a lot better car control. So this car is relatively basic, right? Bucket seat, harnesses, harness bar. Yes, it's got control arms front and rear. It's got coilovers, and it's got knuckles. Well, not well, angle adapters.
Yeah, whatever you call them.
But it's not really a crazy overbuilt car. It's still very basic. And look, I'm gonna be straight up, like, I'm gonna put him in the background so you can see it as I say this.
Stand up straight.
I don't recommend buying a Mark III Supra to drift with, all right? I don't. Like I was saying earlier, because under compression, the suspension, the camber goes positive, so you get a worse contact pad, you lose grip in the front. So there's a bunch of really weird things. All right, these cars don't have any kind of really racing heritage because they didn't do well. Yeah, sure, they did. They tried to run Mark III Supras in competitions, but they didn't win. They didn't do well. But Evan drifts this, and he seems to drift it pretty decent. So
it can be done. It can be done.
It can be done. So all right, now we're gonna go, and I'm gonna we're gonna go flashback to earlier of the videos of me riding in his car to show you what it's like. Now we're gonna chase Michael Schmurek in his SR20 S13. I'm gonna wave to Michael's camera. Hi.
Yeah, let's wave. Hey.